My name is Jonathan Dweck, and I'm an operations engineer here at SpaceX. I'll be your host for today's Starlink mission, which marks SpaceX's 18th launch of the year and 217th overall mission to date. And today, we're sending another 52 Starlink satellites to orbit. We should start to see the clamp arms start to open up around the payload fairing, just at the top of your screen there. And there you have it. Those clamp arms have started to open in preparation for launch. Now those clamp arms are connected to our transporter erector, also known as the TE, and this is that large truss structure next to the rocket that's used for rollout and to route propellants and electrical power to the vehicle in preparation for launch. The TE has also started to retract away from the vehicle as we gear up for launch here. It's a gorgeous day up in Vandenberg. You can see the Pacific Ocean just behind the Falcon 9. The next milestone that we're tracking is Stage 1 LOX load complete. We expect that to occur in around 15 seconds from now.
LD is go for launch.
The launch director has given the final go to proceed for launch. Now let's sit back and watch as the Falcon 9 takes our 52 Starlink satellites into space.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power. And liftoff from Starlink 2-8. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
At T plus 30 seconds, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Vandenberg's Space Launch Complex 4 East at 12:26 p.m. Pacific Time. This is our 5th launch from Vandenberg just this year.
Power and telemetry nominal. Falcon 9 is supersonic.
With that call out, Falcon 9 is now traveling faster than the speed of sound.
Max Q.
And there you heard that call out for Max Q. This means that the vehicle is currently experiencing the greatest amount of external stresses as it ascends through Earth's atmosphere on its way to space. Now we're just about 1 minute away from a series of events: MECO, stage sep, SES-1, and fairing separation. MECO, or main engine cutoff, is where all 9 of the Merlin 1D engines on the first stage shut down. Stage separation is when the first and second stages separate. SES-1, or second engine start 1, is where we light the single Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage. And fairing separation is when those 2 fairing halves separate and fall away from the second stage. Keep an eye out for those events because they're going to be happening in rather quick succession.
MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back ignition.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there you have those events. Again, that was MECO, stage sep, SES-1, and as you saw, fairing separation. We'll be attempting to recover both fairing halves using our recovery vessel, NRC Quest. Both of the fairing halves flying on today's missions are flight-proven and are flying for the 5th time. And just a reminder, on the left-hand side of your screen is the Falcon 9 first stage making its way back down to Earth. And on the right is the second stage carrying our Starlink satellites into orbit.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there's that call out for Stage 1 entry burn. Stage 1, which we also refer to as the booster, has ignited engines 1, 5, and 9 to slow it down for atmospheric re-entry. The first stage used to launch our 52 Starlink satellites into space today is flying for its 8th time.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
Coming up next will be our Stage 1 landing burn. This will be the final burn on our first stage, and this is...
Stage 2 FTS has saved.
the point this would be in preparation for landing on our drone ship.
Stage 1 landing burn.
And there's that confirmation that the Stage 1 landing burn has begun in preparation for touchdown on our drone ship. Of course, I still love you. Just coming into frame now on the left-hand side of your screen.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
Falcon 9 has successfully landed on our drone ship. Of course, I still love you in the Pacific Ocean. This marks our 179th overall landing of an orbital class rocket, including F9 and Falcon Heavy missions.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And we just heard that call out as well for nominal orbital insertion of our second stage and our Starlink satellites. And with confirmation of successful first stage landing and good orbit from our second stage, that wraps up our coverage for now. Be sure to check our social media for confirmation of Starlink deployment. And for those of you interested in watching more launch coverage, tune in for a doubleheader later this afternoon to watch Falcon 9 take the SES-18 and SES-19 payloads to space from Space Launch Complex 40 on the opposite coast in Florida. As always, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again in just a few hours.